Welcome, reading 3. You chose the Mind Body Makeover Oracle deck. I love this deck. Love, love, love this deck. I love it so much because it's really a great deck to help heal our ego and to understand that we need ego to survive. We just can't let it drive the bus. We can't let ego take over our mind or our body. So for you, your question that you chose is, what am I grateful for? And I'm excited to see what cards you're going to choose, because I feel like Spirit is trying to, say a lot of different things. Actually, I felt a lot of different things. Once in a while, I'm called to read the book. And if I am called to read the book, I will. But most of the time I stick to the cards because there's just so much in each of the cards. I'm sure that there's more in the book. Sometimes I'll read the book and I'll be like, wow, that's so good. I'm like, how come I don't read the book more? But I feel like these questions usually that come through in this deck are for, your inner guidance, right? It's like to help you. So sometimes if we take what somebody else has to say, we're not really connecting to ourselves. Also, I have certain cards that, oh my gosh, my eyes are closed and I'm shuffling, and you guys, I feel like I have 17 hands. I'm not kidding you. Sometimes when I do this, when I'm shuffling and I'm like working with Spirit, I can't explain it. It's like I just let them move my hands around, and then they pull them out. That's why I like to close my eyes and let them do it, because that's my ego wanting to control it. Like even right now, I felt, oh, they said to leave that for later. Okay. I felt like myself wanting to, when I looked down, it was 155. So that's your angel number, which is also the number 11. So research that on your own. I had a feeling when I started this pile that you guys were really old medicine, because I feel like for some of you, you're finally transitioning out of the darkness, and you're starting to understand that the more you're grateful for things, the more things come to you. And if you dwell in the darkness, you'll stay in the darkness. And that's basically, it's just fucking common. That's it. Spirit's like, that's it. I'm out. Drop the mic. Spirit's like, I got nothing else. And I got nothing. I got nothing else to say. And you know what I mean? So it's awesome. I love that. So that's basically what they're saying is staying in that kind of mindset. And what am I grateful for? So there were, I don't know how many cards, but I'm just going to pull which one they want me to go first. So on one side of this card, it's got the Mona Lisa, which, by the way, if you've never seen the Mona Lisa in person, you must go see it. That shit is fucking magic. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, on one side is what your ego is telling you, and on the other side is what your higher self is telling you. So this first card is Healthy Self-Esteem 5. And did you notice how Spirit really had me focus on the mind and body ego, and that we need to make that over? Oh, I just got the chills. Ooh. So this is your medicine. This is deep fucking medicine. Also, if you don't know Lila Downs, Lila, first name, second name Downs, D as in dog, O-W-N as in Nancy, S. Please seek out her music, her chantings. I did a shorts recently with her, with Maria Sabina, I believe is her last name, or Sabina, but I believe it's Sabina is how it's pronounced in Spanish. But they're both from Oaxaca, from Mexico, and I can't tell you, I've been to Oaxaca, and there's just an energy there. There's old medicine, and Mexico's a really beautiful country. It could be extremely dangerous. Mexico was really hard for me because I was very young and in my prime, 18, going to the ego, 18% body fat, blonde, blue-eyed, tan, American blonde girl at 25 in Mexico City in 1997. It was a very different world, and I had a very different experience. And so in that time frame that I was there for 3 weeks, I really understood how much fucking power I had, but also how much power I did not have. Because in certain parts in the world, I would be considered like a commodity. I mean, I used to know, like, I knew a lot of rich people. I knew a lot of different people all over. I lived in Los Angeles for a long time, and I knew all different groups of people, really, really, really rich old money people from other countries. And then I knew like celebrity rich people. But I will tell you something, the really old money rich people, not from this country rich people, were the ones that educated me the most on my safety, that they were really concerned for me. Like they would be like, I'm not joking. They're like, you really should be more careful, like when you're traveling and whatever. They're like, do you know that, like, and back then they, the one guy said, he goes, I heard some guy like in his like poker group was joking. He goes, I couldn't tell if he was joking or not. He goes, but something tells me he wasn't. But he had said he picked up a girl just like you, for a Saudi Arabian guy for $2 million. And I was like, that's not funny. He goes, no, it's not funny. He goes, I don't think he was kidding. And that's when I started to realize like human trafficking and all that. And I was like, holy fuck. And I thought, that's so weird. Like, I have to be afraid now to travel because somebody is gonna like I'm cattle. They're gonna like buy and sell me. It was one of the fucking scariest moments. It changed me forever. And it's interesting how much my weight even fluctuated more after that, because my weight always fluctuated, but I always, tried to stay more on the lean side, especially because I was auditioning and things like that. But after that, I started to get kind of freaked out. And I was already like having things where, I was being offered to like sleep with people and, for jobs. And it was it's not a pretty world out there. However, the flip side of that, I was really grateful because I also realized that my looks and my brains together had power. And the more I knew and the more knowledge I had, the more powerful I became. And I remember one time one of my friends said that to me, she's like, you don't even have to work at it. You're just like naturally pretty. She's like, you'll probably always look like this. And I said, no, dude, I'm gonna fucking age just like everybody else, and blah blah blah. And I said, and trust me, one day my looks aren't gonna matter. And you know what? That one day came. And I started to realize like I'd hit a certain age where, a certain age, and I hate to even say that, but I hit a certain age where I started to like see everything from a different, and I did start to see how my sex appeal dwindled to certain people, and just how much people are so fucking focused on the outer instead of what's on the inside of somebody. So I had a very rare advantage, to be a size 00 all the way to a size 22 all throughout my 51 years on this planet. I got to see the way people reacted to me with disgust when I was bigger, with like pity when I was really skinny because I was ill, and when I was quote unquote considered perfect, like a supermodel. I know what it's like to stop fucking traffic. Then I started to think to myself, is that a gift or is that a curse? What do we do with what we have? What are we grateful for? What are you grateful for? So, your ego is saying, what I have to say rarely matters. And that's because maybe somebody didn't listen to you. Maybe you tried to write something, or maybe you tried to run for office, or, whatever. Maybe when you were younger, when you were in school, and it was a popularity contest, right? And you would have hated people like me at certain points in your life, right? I hated people like me too. And I strived to be perfect. I didn't want to be fat. I didn't want to be Kelly's belly's full of jelly. I was never really fat. I was just thicker than some of the other kids. But I was an athlete, and I was just really short. And I like to eat because I was an athlete. And I look back at my inner child and I'm like, boy, that poor girl, how much she suffered by the hands and the mouths and the thoughts of others. But then I started to speak up, and I started to see things differently, because what I have to say does matter, and what you have to say matters too. So It's time to work on your self-esteem. Number 5, and five's all about transformation. And didn't we have that? 155 was the angel number. Isn't that interesting? And that's 11, 155. And then we have another 5 here. So it's time. So when we're in alignment with our higher self, when we're in gratitude, our minds say, when my mind and heart are aligned, what I have to say reveals genuine integrity, which makes people want to listen to me, right? There's a lot of people out there right now talking, chatting, talking. Me. There's so much me out there right now because people want to be seen. They want to be heard. And that's okay. As long as it's on the path of a healthy self-esteem, I say go for it. Do it. But if you're doing it because you just want to be heard, but you're not even listening to your own words, right? You're not even heeding your own advice. Where's that going to bring you? The next one is, I don't have the ability to support myself in the world. Yes, you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Especially now, there's so many jobs that people are doing without even leaving their homes. So yes, you can. I see things all the time looking for people. They want writers. They want, there's so many jobs out there that we don't even think about. Okay, so this is about healthy goals, number 1. And look at that. I was talking about jobs. So this might be tied in for you guys, right? Because the question is, what am I grateful for? You got to start there. Start asking yourself, my ability to support myself in the outer world is a reflection of my mental, emotional, and spiritual consciousness, right? Because if you're saying you can't support yourself, you're telling the universe that you don't deserve it. You're telling the universe that you live in a lack mentality, but you don't. You're worth more than you could possibly even imagine. You are worth it. And I don't want to be like that nerdy, you're worth it, girl. You know what I mean? I'm serious. You fucking are worth it. You have something to say. You have something to bring to the world, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here. And I'm telling you, when I started this particular reading, I felt really old medicine, you guys. You guys are old medicine. Know that. Okay. I frequently find fault in myself. I'm not trying hard enough. No, you know what? If you're even remotely finding any fault in yourself or judging yourself and think you're not trying hard enough, you're over trying. Do you hear that? This is about healing. Oh, did you hear me get mad? I didn't even know that. Healing anger, number 6. You got to let it go. You got to let go of that anger so you can flow. That's how your abundance and everything is going to come to you. And let go. This is the transition and forgiveness stage. That's what this is, the 7th moon cycle. This is the 3rd, last quarter moon. This says, I love myself unconditionally. I accept both my strengths and my flaws. Even though I love myself just as I am, I accept the parts of myself that need to change and grow. Yes. So let go of anger, number 6. And interesting how the first one was 5 and the second one was 1, which is also number 6. And your last message is, oh, I'm not comfortable accepting help. It's easier to give than to receive. Okay, I am feeling you guys. I am feeling you right now. That's what I'm feeling too. Yeah, you're trying too hard. You're helping too many people. And that's the issue. You don't even know what you can do until you are actually on your own. It's time for you, baby bird. Spirit is literally kicking you out of the nest right now. This is healthy relationships, number 1. You need to let go of the past so you can move into your future, you guys. You need to transition out of whatever is not serving you right now. What's making you tired? Why are you fucking tired? If there's somebody in your life that's making you tired, look at this. Spirit's saying, look at this. That's a turkey feather. Look up turkey spirit medicine. It aligns so well with this message right now, okay? That's from a pal of mine, Rusty. So turkey spirit medicine. To change, grow, and expand in my life, I lovingly accept help. You know what, you guys? Sometimes you just gotta, put it out into the universe. I moved back in with my parents for a year. And in some ways, it was like the roughest year of my life. And in other ways, it was so fun. You just never know. There's got to be a friend or somebody out there. Anyway, I'm running out of time. I just noticed I got about 10 seconds. So I love you so much. Take good care of yourselves and each other.